Hello guys, thank you once again for tuning in to my channel. So today I tried making panettone, Italian panettone with all-purpose flour and my cake pan and all that. It wasn't an easy recipe though, but I love the outcome. So let's do this together. So we'll start by making the sponge. So to make the sponge, in a bowl you add in 10 grams of sugar, 3 grams of instant dry yeast, 80 grams of water and 50 grams of all-purpose flour. So you're going to mix all this thoroughly, ensure that it is lump free, then you will wrap it up and set it aside. Ensure that you keep this in a warm place for 2 hours. So it's going to, when you wrap it, just keep it in a warm place for 2 hours. Yeah. And after 2 hours, the sponge is ready, just as you will see in the video. The sponge, you can see it has fermented so well, and it has also proven so well, you can see. So the sponge is ready. We're going to set this aside. So in the step 2, we'll make the dough. So to make the dough, in a separate bowl, you measure out 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 70 grams of sugar, 1 egg yolk, and then you're going to add the activated yeast or the sponge, and then 100 grams of water and 50 grams of margarine or butter. So whichever one you have, you're going to use it. So you make sure you mix all this together to form a soft supple dough. Though the dough may be sticky to your hands when you are done, but if it is sticking to your hands, you just have to touch your hands with some water, and then just make sure you mix the dough to come out to like a smooth dough. Yeah, so once it's a little bit kind of smooth, you cover it and set it aside to rest for another 2 hours. So you may add half a teaspoon of orange zest powder or orange zest, anyone, to this dough, but it's not it's optional. Yeah, so if you don't want to add it, you may leave it. Okay, so this is the point where I touched my hand in the water and then kind of mix this dough so well, and it's ready for me to cover it. You can see it looks a little bit more smooth at the top, so I'll cover it. Remember, I used all-purpose flour in this recipe, and there's no kneading. So while I was waiting for my dough to rise or to proof or to ferment, I went ahead and prepared the pan that I'm going to use. So I'm just adding the baking paper to bring the pan to a certain height, so just as you see in the video. Now I'm going to prepare the aromas. To prepare the aromas or aromatics, that is the step 3. In a plate, you add in 1 tablespoon of orange zest powder, 1 tablespoon of honey, and 1 teaspoon of flavor of your choice. I used butterscotch, so you can also use vanilla or any flavor of your choice. Mix everything thoroughly, then you wrap it up and then put in the refrigerator. And while we are still waiting for our dough and the next step to take. So in the step 4, we prepare or make the batter. So to make the batter, you need 50 grams of butter or margarine, 50 grams of sugar, and you need to cream this thoroughly. So make sure you cream this thoroughly. I was using this spatula before, but I found that it's kind of not helping out, so I had to change it to use my hand whisk. So you make sure you mix this thoroughly to form a very nice batter. After creaming the butter and the sugar, you add in the egg yolk and one whole egg. You add one egg yolk and one whole egg. You understand? Just add one egg yolk and one whole egg. Next, you add in the aromatics that you prepared and put in the refrigerator. You add it into the batter you are making. Add your sifted flour, 100 grams of all-purpose flour. So what I use in this recipe is all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour. It works perfectly for this recipe. I'm just using all-purpose flour because I don't have bread flour or the Manitoba flour or whatever. So I'm using all-purpose flour for this recipe, both for the dough and for the batter. Once the batter is ready and the dough is proven so well, you're going to combine the dough and the batter. This is the fifth and the last step. You're going to combine the dough and the batter. Next, you add in the raisins, the apricots, and the candied cherries. Ensure that these raisins have been soaked in rum or alcohol or in very hot water overnight and or for some time. Okay, then you mop it. You make sure you mop it dry. Okay, so maybe with a kitchen towel or a tissue paper, make sure you mop it dry. Then you add all this into the batter dough. So you add this and then make sure that you incorporate this very well. Make sure everything is thoroughly mixed together. You cover this to rest for 20 minutes. Okay, so after the 20 minutes, you bring it out. Make sure you oil your palms and also oil your work surface. Transfer this dough onto this oiled surface with your oiled hands, and then just kind of remold or reshape the dough to smoothen it and then form a round ball. Okay, a round smooth ball. And once you are done doing this, you're going to cover this dough again and let it rest for another 20 minutes. After this second 20 minutes, you're going to mold the dough into a pan. Now the dough is in the pan after the second 20 minutes of proofing. So you're going to cover it and keep it aside for up to 2 to 3 hours so that the dough will rise. Okay, now once the dough is rising, you unwrap it and leave it open for up to 20 minutes. This is to allow the top of the dough to dry a bit. Okay, so after that you score the dough. After scoring the dough, you're going to drop a cube of butter on the center of the scored dough. So I baked this in my preheated oven at 200 degrees C for 45 minutes. Yes guys, my oven is not that high. That's why you see it looks like the top of this got a little bit burnt, but it's not a problem. We are keen about the taste and the outcome. The taste was awesome. So go ahead and try this recipe and let me know in the comment section how it turned out for you. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.